Well, hello there, friends. Thank you for joining me on the new Mailbag Sunday. I have two videos coming out every Sunday. Now, in the mornings, I have my usual upholstery tutorial, and in the afternoons is where you're going to see the Sunday Mailbag. Make sure that you stick around with me every Sunday, and you'll be learning a lot. So, this week, we have two really great questions. The first one comes from JCOD67556, and he's asking about tips versus techniques. Actually, I kind of got on him a little bit because he said tips, but we're going to go into that. And the second one is from Mary. This first one is from JC, and he says, this is the difference between just doing something and really knowing what you're doing. This is awesome. Thanks for sharing the tip. Oh my gosh, he said the tip word. So that's what I'm talking about. So let's kind of go into this a little bit. Maybe he triggered me. Maybe I'm a little too sensitive. I don't know. But what I answered back to him was, hello, my friend. Thank you so much for the kind words. You actually brought up something that I think is very important. I don't really think of what I share as just tips. A tip is something someone may have recently learned and wants to pass along. But a technique is something that is developed over many years of doing the work, making mistakes, and finding better ways to get the job done. After 50 years in upholstery, the things I share come from experience and from figuring out what works in the real world. There is a big difference between knowing how to do something and truly understanding why you do it in that way. I appreciate you recognizing that, my friend. Thanks for being part of this community. So let's go ahead and expand on that one. So should I really tell you how I feel about this? Well, the way I look at it, okay, let's take a YouTuber, for example. A tip is something that maybe they had just learned and that they just want to pass along. That's a tip. Okay, so now a technique is something completely different. Okay, the technique has been tested, broken, fixed, and refined over the years of actual work, and sometimes many decades. That's what a technique is. And I hope that you understand the difference between the tip and the technique. After 50 years in the shop, the things I shared aren't just tips. They come from making mistakes, trying different ways, and figuring out what actually holds up in the real world. So what I stress and focus on here in my videos is it's more about why I do something. And it's much more valuable than knowing the how. This is why it's so important for you to pay attention to the techniques that I throw out in my videos. The reason I throw out these techniques is because that's the time that you really want to pay attention. Well, people, they ask me all the time, well, do you have a book, or do you have a list, or do you have a PDF you can send me, something that has all your technique numbers listed? My answer to that would be no. What I always answer back to them in comments is it's not the technique number itself that is important. Just know that the lower the technique number, the more important it is. So if I'm throwing out a technique number that's number 47, it's that low, that means that you're probably going to be using it more often than anything else. If it's a high technique number like 8,955, I just threw that number out there because it's probably going to be a technique that you're not going to be using all the time, but it's still good to know because who knows? That technique can apply to more than just one thing. So one tip that I learned probably 45 years ago, 50 years ago, was spray can adhesives. This is always coming up in my channel, spray can adhesives. So anyway, I, just like you, just like everybody else that has ever tried it, found out that it fails because it never cures. Okay, so especially in the heat of the sun, the spray can adhesive, the one that sounds like three men. Okay, that one, you'd be lucky to get a few days out of that before your headliner falls down or something else comes apart. Sure, it's great for crafts. If you're going to be gluing like paper together or something like that, sure, go for it. But if you have a paying customer, the last thing you want to have happen is for all the work that you just did to fall apart on a customer. So the reason I say that I also failed with that is because my supplier used to sell that stuff. And I thought, well, okay, it's cheaper than the contact adhesive. So I'm going to give it a try. So, of course, you give it a try and you find out the fail. So we've all been there and done that, right? Or if you haven't, don't. Just this week, I got a comment from a guy who is a rah-rah cheerleader for spray can adhesives. Okay, he was saying, well, there's nothing wrong with spray can adhesive. You just have to buy the right one. So you have to buy this one for this purpose, this one for this purpose, this one for this purpose. And I kind of had just explained to him what I just said to you. If I have a paying customer, I need to be right 100% of the time. That's why I only use contact adhesive for everything I do. So thanks again, JC, for recognizing the difference. So now that's a conversation I really enjoy having with you all. And I've got another great question coming up next. If you find value in my upholstery tutorials, now is an easier way to contribute to my YouTube channel. Buy a coffee by scanning this QR code now. Thank you. All right, so the next comment coming up is from Mary. So what Mary says is tip number 4972. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Help me. Okay, tip number 4972. It's not rocket science. Thank you. We love you. So this is what I had to say to Mary. I said, hello, Mary. Thanks, my friend. I might be up to technique number 4,972 or more by now. The numbers are just my way of getting people to stop and pay attention because some of these little things can make a big difference. And you're right, upholstery definitely isn't rocket science. But there is a lot of experience that goes into learning and what works and what doesn't. After nearly 50 years, I've picked up a few techniques along the way. Thank you for your kind words and for watching. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Well, Mary, thank you, my friend. I had a laugh when I saw that. Well, I might be up to technique number 10,955 by now. So really, the numbers are just a way to get people to stop and pay attention, because some of these little things really can make a big difference in the finished job. This goes right along with what we were just talking about with JC. There's a difference between the quick tip and the technique that's been tested over time. So thank you, Mary, for the kind words and being part of our upholstery family. I enjoy answering your questions here in the Sunday Mailbag. Some of you have situations that need more than a quick answer, something specific to your shop or project. That's why I now offer 30-minute personal video consultations. We can dig into your exact situation using my 50 years of experience, and you'll leave with advice that you can use for years. Details are on my Buy Me a Coffee page if you'd like to book one. These questions are really good questions, and these are questions that you should also be thinking about. If you're thinking about it, put it down in the comments, and we'll keep that conversation going, right? Be sure to get in all of your comments, and who knows, maybe your comment will be featured. I hope you're enjoying our new Sunday afternoon mailbag segment. So until next time. If you're serious about learning upholstery, your next step-by-step lesson is waiting for you right here. Just click and keep learning with me. And I'll see you in the next one.